I was watching my children play, and they had a little town set up, and a big accident occurred. They were saving everybody. They were putting fires out, and I walked by and I said, "Guys, tell me about what you're doing." So they said, "Dad, you just don't understand. Keep walking, because this fire is way too dangerous. There are no firefighters here. These are all robotic vehicles. It's too dangerous for humans." So I said, "All right, that's great. You know, carry on, guys. Have fun. Have a great day." And then I went about my business, and I thought about that later on. I said, why can't we help people with technology? Why can't we give them a little better tool set to do things a little bit smarter, a little bit more safely for folks that are in danger's way? So that's kind of the seed that I guess stuck in my mind and started the whole idea off.
So the Ideas for Good challenge started in November, where users were able to submit ideas online of what they would do with Toyota technology if they repurposed it. And so for this weekend, we're going to build real working prototypes of each of these 5 winners' ideas, so that we can illustrate what the problems might be with that idea and identify some of the opportunities to improve on the idea later on.
One of the reasons I was so excited about coming here was the process itself, the prototyping process, the sharing of knowledge and enabling ideas, incubating ideas. They are experts at that here.
Obviously, indoor cooking in third world countries is an issue that is growing, with millions of people dying a year to smoke inhalation. Having the ability to pull smoke from one area to another without hooking up to a power grid, that's a major thing. So that is a perfect fit, I think, for Toyota's solar-powered ventilation system.
And so this idea that you take a really simple but exciting modern technology like solar power and simple electric motor fan and add that to a cooking system so that the air can stay cleaner, to me that's fantastic. What's more, we can test it. That's exciting because we can actually quantitatively tell, are we making a real difference? Is there enough of a difference to affect the health of the kids who happen to be sleeping and living in that tent?
It is hot.
My initial concept was you take an automated parking guidance system, and instead of helping you park the car, you're helping to park the ladder. It kind of morphed over time because it's sort of a suite of sensors that Deeplocal has incorporated beyond just positioning the ladder and detecting when you're close to the building and helping to hold it there.
And so now we have hydrogen, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, temperature, humidity, pressure. We're also able to tell how close the ladder is, which is technology pulled right off the Prius with the proximity sensors, as well as we're giving live camera feeds to the operator. We've got the RGB camera and the thermal camera, which are all feeding right to a web page. So we're able to broadcast that locally to firefighters and people on scene. But it's primarily for the operator, so if the end of the ladder gets lost in thick smoke, he's able to look into the thermal camera and really see what's going on.
It's getting high again?
Yeah, he's moving me around, I think. 34, 588,
So 500 is the federal limit, so we're above the federal limit.
Went from extremely unhealthy levels without the vent to relatively safe levels with. So I mean it was working really well, and it was actually working really quickly. We could see the numbers drop as soon as we started using that vent.
It's dropping now. We're at 6.1.
It's a real problem. It's the cause of a lot of asthma, disease, especially in these developing countries. So if we could make these things really cheap and spread them out, and people knew that they needed to use it, I think it would be a great solution.
There's a common theme here that's really interesting between several of these projects, which is that they're all about making the invisible visible. And the question you got to ask is, when you make something that's invisible, something people can't measure and they can't really know about, when you make it visible, how does that change the way they behave? Does that make them better citizens or better decision makers? Does it make them better able to take care of themselves or their family? Sometimes technology doesn't solve our problem directly, but it causes us to have more trust in each other as human beings. And so the technology can sometimes essentially make the social circumstances and the way we interact with each other work better.
I see a lot more researchers than ever before and a lot more technologists who want to work on problems that really help the world. And I think what we see here is the beginning of that. We see Toyota beginning to share some of their research and some of their learning, and all the investment that they've made can really help other people to improve their own research and learn from.
were to see in the news or a picture of a fire truck with this type of a sensor package on the tip of the ladder, and I see it rescuing somebody out of a building, I mean, that would be the ultimate. It gives me goosebumps now just thinking about it, right? That would be a great thing. So that would be the ultimate reward, I guess.